Yo, what is going on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, and welcome to the semifinals of this season of the NPBA against the C-Town Chi-U and Coach Lancey Poo. Now, we're not winning this, guys. This is going to be our last week. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to try my best. We have the coolest sets that I brought all season, but I'm going all out. We're going to go out in a blaze of glory. I'm telling you, we're not going to win this. But if we do, I will be the most surprised person I think I've ever been in my life. So, but before we get into his team, if you guys are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know you enjoy this content by leaving me a comment about anything that happened, as well as share this video with your friends. And you could just watch the video in its entirety too. That helps the YouTube algorithm push it out to other people that might enjoy the content. Last but not least, make sure your notifications are on, because once this series ends, I do have a brand new series for you guys coming the week after this ends. So I'd say next week, but it's only next week if we lose this battle. So it's going to be next week. Let's just be honest. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. And it's going to be a really, really cool series. Really, really fun one. So you guys don't want to miss that. So make sure your notifications are on. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, like I said, we're fighting the C-Town Chi-U and Coach Lancey Poo this week. His team consists of, and there, now you know why we're going to lose this battle. Right there, because there is a Calyrex Ice Rider and a Rillaboom. And and an Urshifu and an Iron Hands. So, I don't even know what else to tell you guys. He's got a Mimikyu. And Mimikyu normally, in normal circumstances, wouldn't be that scary of a Pokemon. However, that's a guaranteed Trick Room setter, right? Unless we can double it and kill it, it's a guaranteed Trick Room setter. He's used it many weeks so far to kind of escape Fake Out, not having to worry about it. He doesn't have to worry about getting killed in one shot because of Disguise. It's crazy, right? He's got Grassy Glide Rillaboom, which is incredibly scary. He's got Farigiraf that stops our priority moves, which Armor Tail is incredibly broken, right? And then he's got Intimidate on his dog there, Gramble, right? Iron Hands is incredibly scary. Under Trick Room, both Iron Hands and Ursaluna are terrifying, right? Let's not even start to mention Calyrex Ice Rider with dual Glacial Lance with Chilling Neigh. That's insane. Plus, he's got a Terror Captain with Sinischa, and Sinischa, I guess I should say. And, I don't even know why I ever let this thing be a Terror Captain. I swear to God, this season is the last season this thing is going to be a Terror Captain. He's brought it 2 seasons in a row. And yeah, he's got Sudowoodo. I'm not really too worried about that thing. Neither am I about Gamora. Delibird is Delibird. So I'm not really too worried about that, at all. So, yeah, it's going to be a really big uphill battle. This thing his team is insane, right? We are still number 1 team in the league, right? He is number 2, right? He has lost, I think, 2 battles this season, maybe 3. I think 2, and we've only lost 1. Last season, he won the last season, and he went completely undefeated except for 1 battle. And the only battle that he lost was actually against us. So, as crazy as it is, we were the only team to beat him last season. The only team. And if we would have played him in playoffs rather than in week 7, we would have knocked him out of the league, which is actually super crazy. And he went on to win because we lost due to a Scarf Palafin last season in playoffs. So, yeah, this week we're starting it off with my most anticipated set this entire season that I have not brought yet. Endure, Custap, Berry, Groudon, right? We're bringing Fire Punch, High Horsepower, Endure, and Protect. This thing is going to be absolutely insane. It is really, really good. We have max attack, max HP with remaining 4 in defense. We have Fire Punch over Heat Crash this week, specifically for that Calyrex Ice Rider, right? It doesn't matter about any of the other Pokemon. If you guys didn't know, Heat Crash does more damage the heavier you are than the Pokemon, right? Calyrex Ice Rider, I think when I looked it up, was about 1,800 pounds, and Groudon was just over 2,000, right? So because they're so close in weight, Fire Punch is going to be doing almost double what Heat Crash did. I don't know if it's about double. I might be talking out my ass, but it does a lot more, right? This does, if he is not invested, we do about 50. If he is invested, we do about 50%. If he's not invested in any bulk, which I'm sure he will be, we do about 50%. So we do, if he doesn't, we do 70. So that if we can get that off, that would be awesome. We have high horsepower because that hits pretty much everything for super effective. Well, not super effective, but just, good damage. It's really, really good. I just think it's Custap Berry Endure was the set that I was talking about in the team builder, a couple months ago when I made it, about not wanting to talk about it in the team builder because I didn't want somebody to know about it, and we have not brought it this entire season. I think this thing is going to be super cool. My entire thing was trying to prevent him from going for Trick Room, but, instead of trying to prevent him to it, why don't we just join him, right? Why don't we just try and join him and try and fight him in Trick Room? I still have a kind of a cool tech that I'm going to lead with that's going to try and stop him from setting it up, but this is just going to be really cool because in Trick Room we are able to endure and then get off a really, really cool Custap Berry attack on the next turn. But, we got to do it. We got to bring Typhlosion. We're not bringing Walking Wake this week. I mean, if I look at it, he's got Iron Hands, he's got Rillaboom, he's got Gramble, he's got Freeze Dry on his little Delibird, which is 4 times super effective. So, I really don't want to bring it. As good as it looks against, Ursaluna, and he's also got Mimikyu for, Play Rough, it just didn't look good this week. So we have choice specs. This speed that we're running a Timid Nature. I probably didn't need to run a Timid Nature. I could probably run Modest because we probably outspeed the whole rest of his team. I don't really know why I did that, but I'll probably change it to Modest before the battle. But this will outspeed his whole team, and then Eruption is just shreds his entire team. Even Ursaluna isn't going to. It's going to tank it, but it's not going to tank it well, right? And then we have Focus Blast for Ursaluna. We have Shadow Ball for I actually don't know why I even have I don't know. I guess I just have Shadow Ball because I didn't know what else to put on it, right? We have Heat Wave. That's going to hit 2 turns. We're either going for Heat Wave or Eruption. I can almost guarantee you. The only time we wouldn't is if we're standing in front of an Ursaluna that's at full health and we need to go for Focus Blast, and we haven't already went for Eruption. So, next Pokemon we're bringing is we are bringing Shredder. We are bringing Supreme Overlord with Brave Life Orb. So we're running max attack and less speed. In the Trick Room, we outspeed Calyrex Ice Rider with this set, right? Outside of Trick Room, he outspeeds us. I don't think he's going to think he does. I do believe he gets close combat, so we do have to worry about that, right? We have Protect. We have Low Kick specifically for that Ursaluna. We do have Kotao that's going to be really good against the rest of his team. And then Sucker Punch is really good. Again, do have to worry about Armor Tail. I'm saying this right now because I know about Armor Tail. And I prepped knowing that he has Armor Tail. But I swear to God, I'm going to mess this up in the battle. And I'm going to be so salty, right? I'm going to be so salty because I talk about this and we're battling in about 10 minutes. And I'm going to forget about it. I already know that I am, right? Next one up is we are bringing Guts, Eviolite, Ursaring. We are bringing Teddy again this week with the Adamant Nature. Don't care about the speed. Max defense, max HP. This thing is going to take hits, bro. This thing is going to take hits. Body Slam, Crunch, Counter, and Helping Hand, right? Counter is going to be really cool because we do take one Drain Punch from the Iron Hand. So if he wants to come in and try and click Drain Punch, I can click Counter and actually be able to do damage back. Same with Calyrex Ice Rider, which is really, really cool. We do have Crunch for the more for the Calyrex Ice Rider because I want to be able to hit that thing for a super effective. And then Body Slam is just really good for the rest of his team because that allows me to get paras. And then we do have Helping Hand because that's just nice for the rest of our team. Don't know if we're going to click that. Either probably going to be Body Slam or Counter, most likely. The next one we are bringing Meowstic. I cannot believe that I brought this thing as many times as I has this season. Right? Prankster is really good. We have a bold nature to take as many physical type attacks as we can. I have Fake Out. I almost didn't bring Fake Out. I almost didn't, right? I almost didn't. But I did last minute because I'm like, I don't have any attacking moves on this thing, and Fake Out could be good. And if he doesn't bring Farigiraf, then we're free to go for it, right? We do have Trick Room, Reflect, and Imprison, right? We do have Trick Room and Imprison because if I come out, turn 1, Imprison, we are able to stop him from going for a Trick Room as long as Meowstic is, I can't remember if it's out or just on the field, but he won't be able to go for Trick Room that way. The thing is I almost didn't run this set because I was planning on running it against him for a while. However, it was already used against him once this season. So he may not predict it, but he may because it's already been used against him. So I was really excited about the strat. Now that he's a little bit more aware of it, there's not really too much I can do. But if he does get Trick Room up, because we have Prankster, we are able to just go for Trick Room and reverse the Trick Room, turn 1 with Meowstic out. So that's also really good. And then we do have Reflect with Light Clay just to try and get that thing up. So the next and the last Pokemon we are bringing is we're bringing Terrakion. I don't even care. I didn't put his PNG on this. That's crazy. I meant to have his PNG on this, right? So we do have Terrakion. Terrakion's going to be really, really cool. We have Rock Slide, Upper Hand, Close Combat, and Coaching, right? We have Justified Brave with no room service, right? We are bringing him some room service this week. If anything, we're going to come in and Terrakion's going to be like, hey, here, let me serve you a big slice of damage. That's what's going to happen, because I'm really excited about this. Room service, if you don't know, drops your speed in Trick Room, right? When I told you I'm going to try and join him this week, that's what we're going to do, right? I'm hoping he gets up Trick Room, so I drop in speed. I am now faster than him, and I can go for Rock Slide against that Calyrex Ice Rider, knock it out, right? We have Close Combat that's going to be doing so much, and we do have Upper Hand to stop the Rillaboom's Grassy Glide. I made sure that it still counts because it's obviously only priority in Grassy Glide. It does work, so this thing can come out, and Rillaboom cannot click Grassy Glide on us because we can click Upper Hand, get damage off on it, and make it flinch so it can't move that turn. Perfection, right? I have Coaching just because I don't know what else to put on this thing. Yeah, honestly, just being in Trick Room, super slow. If we're going to die to a next turn, I might be able to just click Coaching on one of my Pokemon, raise the defense. Most of his Pokemon are physically hitting. Anything that I'm worried about is physically hitting. Calyrex, Iron Hands, Ursaluna, Mimikyu, Rillaboom, all that kind of stuff. So the Sinischa, I'm going to try and not just ignore, but he could be Terra Water Sinischa, which could be an issue for our strat, but we're going to try and lead Typhlosion and Meowstic. So that's our plan. But that is our plan. Like I said, I don't really know what else to say. We're going to lose this battle, but I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory. Look, I'm just looking for a good battle. You know, if I'm going to win, I just want to win and have a good battle to end the season on. I don't want to... I'm going to be pretty salty if I just end up getting 5-6-0'd and our entire season just ended up... He's gotten like 3 or 4 6-0s this season, right? Like, he's here for a reason. He's a great battler. After last week, when we don't even fully deserve to be here... I think that if we lose, we deserve to lose at this point, and he's just the better player. But I'm really, really going to try my best to win this. So, but without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys in the battle. Alright, guys, so here we are in the battle for semifinals against Lancipoo and the Seatown Chi-Yu for this season semifinals of the NPBA. So obviously we're doing a post-battle commentary. Unfortunately, my recording didn't end up recording the entire battle. It only ended up recording half of it, and I didn't feel like showing you guys half of the battle that we did and then going back and doing like a voiceover for the rest of it. So I decided to just do a post-battle commentary. I thought we were going to get through the entire season without having to do one, but unfortunately that's not how it worked. So we're going to try and talk this through. It has been almost a week since I've done this battle, so I'm not 100% sure what was going through my head at exactly that time. But I'm going to try and talk through this. So, he does have the Calyrex, and he does have the Mimikyu. He does have the Farigiraf, which was a little sad because that meant we couldn't go for Sucker Punch, Fake Out, that kind of stuff. So, that kind of sucked a little bit, but, you know, it is what it is. I wasn't just going to not prep for the Farigiraf. So, we said our good luck, have fun. I told him to have fun in playoffs, or have fun in finals, because I knew I wasn't going to win this leading off. So he led off with Rillaboom and Gamora. We led off with our lead that I knew I was going to lead with, which was Vesuvius and Luna. I thought about going for a Fake Out here. However, I was a little bit afraid of him going into Farigiraf, so I was just going to go for a Reflect instead. And then I did not Terra with Vesuvius here. We saw that he has Assault Vest, right? And we saw that he was Focus Sash Gamora. So I was going to Terra Fire here to do as much damage as I could. However, I didn't feel like that was the best bet, because if I Terra Fire and he called that, he was able to Fake Out Vesuvius, and I didn't really want to do that. So I thought maybe if I stayed Ghost, he couldn't do that. and then we would have been good. So he ended up actually fake outing Luna, which I thought is kind of crazy there. And we ended up going for an eruption, and still through the assault vest, we killed the Rillaboom. But he was able to get an Earth Power off on Vesuvius, and then come in with Sinischa. And I think like coming in with Sinischa was a good bet here, because he knew I wasn't going to be able to stay in because I just eruptioned. And if I was Scarfed, or if I was Specs, because at this point he probably didn't know. He probably assumed I was Specs just because of the damage I did to Assault Vest, Rillaboom. But we did end up having to swap this out just because he did that much damage, right? So we swapped out into Shredder because I thought maybe he'd go for a Shadow Ball. Then we were able to go for a Reflect here. He was able to set up Stealth Rocks, and then he Calm Minds, right? So I decided to go into Teddy here because I wanted to try and conserve Meowstic just in case we wanted to go for another Reflect later on. And I felt like going into Teddy was a good bet just because he was very bulky. So so then he Terra Grasses here. I was going to go for a Kowtow. However, unfortunately, because he Terra'd, it's no longer super effective. So he takes us all the way down to 35, and then he Iron Defenses. So with Kowtow, does absolutely nothing because now he's +2 defense, and he's +1. I protected here for the Earth Power, and then I decided to Body Slam to try and get the Para. And Machagacha, which apparently heals him, and I guess I didn't realize that. We do get the Para. Sucker Punch fails on Gamora because I went for spikes. And now we crunch on the Sinistra, hoping to flinch it, but we didn't. And then both Shredder and Teddy go down. And this is about where the battle just kind of snow rolls. Unfortunately, because of that one spike, I bring out Vesuvius, and Vesuvius just dies. I think if it was just Stealth Rocks, we would have been able to survive one round of it, but we weren't. So I come in with Groudon here. And I decide to fake out the Sinistra and then Fire Punch on it. He Mortal Spins and poisons both of us. I thought maybe I could get a crit. We don't. I decided that maybe I could just try and endure here. However, with the poison, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. But at the time, I wasn't thinking about that. So, but because he doubles us, even if we weren't poisoned, it wasn't going to matter. He does take us down to 1% on Rapture. And then, or I guess maybe the Endure did count because of that, and then we just died of poison. Then we come out with Terrakion. There's nothing more I can do. We do survive one Earth Power. I was faster, so I was able to go for a Rock Slide. We do miss on the Sinistra. I was able to kill the Gamora, and then we just died of Sinistra. So once that Sinistra set up the Iron Defense, there was really nothing that we could do, right? We have a very physical team, except for Vesuvius, and because I came in and he was able to get damage on Vesuvius early to force him to switch out, that was it. Maybe if I was Charcoal instead of Specs, I maybe still would have been able to get the kill on the Rillaboom, and then I would have been able to switch up moves. But because I wasn't able to switch up moves, I had to switch out because Eruption wouldn't have done anything. Maybe if I just let him die, but having a Pokemon that was so good. And then I think one round of Stealth Rocks would have allowed us to live. Maybe, I don't know. But it would have been close. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to lie. I am still pretty salty about the battle. I really wanted something that we had to work. The fact that I brought, some really, really cool strats for Trick Room. Trick Room didn't even come out and nothing worked. It just really sucked. It made me really, really salty at the end of the day because I really just wanted something that I brought to work. But everything was revolving around that Calyrex Ice Rider, Trick Room, all that kind of stuff. And just the fact that Trick Room never even came up and, Sinistra just swept us. Just sucks. I was also really hoping to have a really good battle, and even if I lost, 2-3-0, I would have been happy, but the fact that we just got swept and lost 4-0 is just more salt in the wound, I guess, because I really just wanted a really good battle, and we had a lot of awesome battles this season. Last week, we obviously made it to semifinals just because of an unfortunate forfeit, because he used an ability that he wasn't supposed to, so I don't really think we earned our spot in semis as much as I think we should have. But yeah, it is what it is. It's very unfortunate. He had really, really good prep this week. I had to drop our 4 times resistant to grass a few weeks into the season because it just wasn't great. That made us pick up Sandy Shocks, and that just opened us up to really, really bad grass weakness. And it just was very unfortunate. The team we fought in semifinals had 2 very strong grass type Pokemon. Most teams this season didn't really have grass type Pokemon, so I really felt like I would have been all right. But I feel like if I should have prepped a little bit more for the Sinischa, but I just didn't. Last season we were able to neutralize his Sinischa because we were able to get it out with a roar. So the fact that we weren't able to force it to switch out, it just steamrolled. So next season, Sinischa is going to be moved up a tier. It will be moved to tier 2 so that it cannot Terra. Because after what he did with it the last 2 seasons, nah, that's done. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't really have too much more to say. The NPBA will be returning. It will be returning at the beginning of summer, probably like June, July-esque, about when we did it last season. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss that. And yeah, I'm sorry if I do seem a little salty, but was really hoping I wouldn't have to relive this battle. I wish I could have clicked out of it and then never had to look at it again, except for when I was looking over the video before it was posted. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. If you did enjoy this season, if you did enjoy this video in general, make sure you leave a like down below. But like I say at the end of every video, I am the Nitro General. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one. Nitro General's out. Peace.